Hello YouTube. Once again, excuse the lighting. It is kind of too bright, but it's coming through the window so bright. It's supposed to be up to about almost 50 today. So we are out here with the stove going, and hopefully it doesn't get too hot. Okay, this is the fence. I call it the fence. I think that's what they call it. This is what goes on here. Okay. Now, that plastic thing goes on there. You see my first video. I'm not using that junk or the thing underneath. So do this at your own risk. This is just plain stupid to me. If I have a piece that's longer, okay, what am I going to do with this piece going here? Now, I looked at a video that was 6 years old and showed it was mounted over here. And I swear the bracket was mounted like this. So nothing was in the way. So this is just going to be used, repurposed for something else. Okay, we made a template. Okay, and where you see the arrows is where I just corrected where I wanted it. What I did is there's an indent in here. Can you kind of see it in the light? See that? I pressed that down with my finger. So I got there, made a template of this, got my center line, everything. Okay, then I made this piece. Okay, you can see where I got the corner mark. We're gonna whack it off down in there. And these holes, bolts are like 5/16. They're metric, whatever. But these holes are like 3/8. So it gives me some slop up and down, back and forth. So when I build this, I'm going to lower it all the way down. Okay. Hope you get that. Lower it all the way down. When I'm going to figure this out. And here's the piece I'm going to use. This direction. This direction. You could do this. That direction. Okay? So it's going to be up against that piece. It's kind of hard to explain now. But it's going to be up against this piece and welded like that. I don't want to spend too much time explaining it. You'll see it when it's done. And the welds will be underneath, so there'll probably be just many little spot welds. I don't want nothing to warp. Okay, these are existing bolts. These two are on this side. This held the guard on the other side's longer. So I may be looking for a longer bolt. Anyway, we'll get this cut, we'll get this welded, and then we'll put together. I wanted to show you, this is the first belt I used, is 80 grit. You see the scum that's stuck on it? I think you can see it there. That's all that mill scale dirt and everything. Not really much rust. This is 120 on here now. So, if you look, it never sanded here. That means that's kind of low spot. When I'm done, I'll polish this nice. Okay, once I cut this. So I've been using the sander already to do that. Okay, one other thing I want to show, do this at your own risk. I needed a way to sand this piece, okay? See my magnet from Harford has a hook? I had it up here like this. Move the bolts. I had it like this. But I have no guard there, so be careful. It took off on me once. It didn't go too far down on the floor. Still, it's dangerous. Somebody's standing in it. But do that at your own risk and do it. That's just my idea of holding a small part on the sander. So there's 120 on here now. So it made kind of a nice polished finish. Okay, enough yakking what I'm going to do. We'll just get the part made and show you when it's installed and what it looks like. So stay tuned. I'm trying out those purple gloves. I'm glad I got extra large, but they do stretch. They're not bad. I'm seeing if I have reactions with my hands. I use latex gloves even if there's no powder. When I'm sweating, like when I paint a house, I did get a reaction. So we're trying to use a non-sweaty hand. So enough talk. Some people don't like it because I talk too much and don't show enough work. So give me one more shot in here. There. So you can see those two bolt holes. This metal's oblong, but the bolt thread is there, in case you can see that. Can or cannot see that. Okay, let's get to work. We'll get this done, and I won't spend too much time showing it once it's on there. I just wanted to show you what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. The table's kind of iffy. We'll talk about that another day. Stay tuned. Hang in there. We'll get this done yet. Okay, here's the part hot right off the welder. This way was easy to straighten it up. The hard part was when it's on the machine like this, is being this way. So the square this like this was a little hard because this was not exact, but because it'll draw together. I didn't really need that much weld. I just got crazy. I'm using 35 thousandths wire. I used to use 30. It puts a big fat bead. So we'll clean this up. Thought I'd show you had good penetration. This will stay shiny. We'll put some masking tape on it. We'll sand this flush. We'll clean this up and paint this part black on the back, underside, everywhere. And we'll be back with it installed. You'll see it. Stay tuned. We're getting there. Somebody's out playing with an ATV and a motorcycle in the neighborhood, so it's about 50 degrees, springtime. Okay, here's the finished product. And I took some pictures of it laying here on the bench after it was painted. I put like some cardstock heavy paper, like 3 layers. Okay, my worry is about it being like this. When this part of the angle iron back here, you know, the flat part of being like this, making this off. But you can always shim it on either side of this. You could take like the bolts out and put some little thin cardboard or even brass shim stock if you had to be perfectly straight. It's just a fence. It's really not going to be, I can't think of any use for it. Just to have to be perfectly straight when you're sanding something. So we'll roll our sleeves up here. Here comes the train, and we'll throw a test piece up here. We're not wearing gloves. We usually wear our thin leather gloves, but here we go. How we clean the metal up. We start with 80 grit, talking over the machine again. We stand up here. That's what we needed, something to hold that stuff. But I already had a piece go flying off this. But the magnet idea I showed you, do that at your own risk. I really shouldn't have to do that. But, like I said, if you had a piece that was small, if you had a piece that was real small, I mean, do that at your own risk. And it's kind of dangerous, so do that at your own risk. Maybe I should never show that, but you're on your own doing that. So, thanks for watching. This is a better improvement over that little piece of tin. Shut this off and you hear the train. It's a better improvement. Boy, it's shaking the building. It's a better improvement over this thing, which got in the way over here. Like I said, you had something long, like this, sticking out either side. And even if I tried modifying this, it's just too wimpy. If I tried putting it like this, and this is on that plastic thing I showed the other day. Like I said, it had screws here, screws in that desk cover. I'm not putting this on. Do all this at your own risk. I even put a disclaimer on the other video. So I'm just doing it verbally here. If you take any guards off, you're doing it on your own. So thanks for watching. I hope this is not too long of a video.